Hey you guys, how's it going? It took me some time because I had to sorry, I'm brushing my hair right now, but I just got my son off to school, so it's early in the morning still. Um I wasn't able to do the Divine Feminine read, so I'm back to do that. So I wanted to get her done and see what the energies are. I know some of my Divine Feminines do watch the Divine Masculine reads, which is good. You know, you should. So I had a lot of questions about that last reading. And you guys, you have to understand, after I read, I don't remember all of it, but so I kind of have to. Who called me? Oh, I can't. No, not right now. So I had to kind of review it myself, and then I was answering the questions then. You know, always ask me questions about it. That's fine. You know, I just need the clarification. So let's see. We're gonna do Divine Feminines. I'm gonna put my hair up because my hair is crazy long right now. Divine Feminines. We're gonna see what's going on with you. Since that reading, the last reading, basically it was totally about the Divine Masculines. I did not expect it to go that way, but obviously they needed the message. They must be going through it, you know? Look at my cup of coffee. It's huge, right? I love my coffee. I only have like 2 cups, but this is basically like, I don't know how many cups are in this cup. Maybe 4, I guess, which is, I know, it's crazy. But it's my only thing. It's the only thing I do, unfortunately. Oh, all right. Okay, I'm feeling good. Woo, let's get that energy flowing. Oh, okay. All right, let's see. Mother and Father God, angels and spirit guides, ancestors on the other side. What do my Divine Feminines need to know right now? What is most important for my Divine Feminines to know going into next week, or I guess mid-May? It might tell me some future stuff too, though, which is always good, right? I'm sucking on a lozenge. Okay, so I don't know if we discussed the copycat energy that's been trying to attack my Divine Feminines in other videos, in older videos. Excuse me. I kind of feel like this energy is backing off for a little bit. It's almost as if the fear has set in and they're starting to realize that nothing they're doing is working. They're starting to realize my Divine Feminines are untouchable, at least in the spiritual realm. I think they've tried attacking on the physical. If they haven't yet, they might still. But but again, I do have to say, for my Divine Feminines, it's just not gonna work. I mean, you guys are so protected on high that I can't even express to the karmics or these negative energies or these negative people that are around you who keep trying to take you down, who keep trying to lie about your character. I mean, this is kind of messed up because I'm getting stuff where they're like saying how like words like homewrecker, or because I mean, if they're with a Divine Masculine that seems to be watching the Divine Feminine or obsessive about the Divine Feminine, the karmic has nothing else to think but, oh my God, she's trying to wreck my home, or oh my God, they're trying to wreck my relationship, or it has nothing to do with the karmic. It's not the karmic's fault, and it's not anything to do with the Divine Feminine who's not doing anything but focusing on their work. So I kind of just feel like they're just, either they're so delusional, their delusion has created a paranoia within their psyche, within their brain, within their world, where they're misinterpreting everything and just trying to blame my Divine Feminines for everything. um there's just a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of, and it's all misplaced, because I don't feel like my divine feminines did anything except be who they are. Literally, you're just being yourself. Literally, you're just doing your work. Literally, you're just focused on your dreams, your goals, your life. You're probably seeing someone else too right now. Because I feel like a lot of my divine feminines, if you're single, you're dating, or you're open to dating, or you're seeing people, or you're really out and about. You have, you're with your friends. Because we were in hermit mode for a while. And I think it was a form of protection in a sense. Subconsciously, my divine feminines knew. They're like, I'm not doing anything yet. You know what? Thank God for that. I'm going to be the seed in the ground. I'm working on my projects in my brain. I'm manifesting. I'm doing my spiritual work. And now that it's spring, we're coming out. We're coming out. We're showing our work, or we're working on it, and we're sharing it a little bit, not a lot. I don't think a lot of my divine feminines have any interest in letting anybody know what they're up to, because that's smart now, isn't it? Nobody needs to know your fucking business. They need to mind their business. But I am getting that this karmic feminine just so fucked up. I kind of feel sorry for her, to be honest with you. Just so twisted. Very evil. Under the guise of spirituality or religion or virtue. You know, like, this person wants to be seen as virtuous, wants to be seen as this loving a human being that means no harm to anybody, but they're vicious. It's the energy. They're showing me like this greenish, the stuff that you find in swamps. Yeah, it's like that slime, and that's their aura. Like, that's their aura. And like, if I know my divine feminines can spot these people from a mile away. We don't even need to be in their energy or even around them. We just know. Because we're very intuitive. We're very psychic. So this person is a fake. They're trying to come across to their divine masculine and everybody else how wonderful they are. And don't you see? The divine feminine's the problem. She's the one that's trying to hurt me. And now, see, they have nothing else to do. You know what I mean? They've done everything. They've done every kind of spell work. They've done every kind of and even on the 3D plane where they trashed your character, or they tried to find stuff on you, or it's ridiculous. And now it's about like how, okay, well, none of that worked, so now I'm gonna look like the bad guy for attacking this person for no reason, and now I have to hurry up and think of something fast and make people understand that, no, don't you see, I'm the victim, and this is what they're doing to me. They're doing this to me. I'm not doing that to them. They're mirroring is what they're doing. It's a total narc move. It's typical of a karmic dark feminine, and not dark feminine in a positive way, because there are aspects that my divine feminines understand regarding the dark feminine and the balance between the two. We all have a shadow self, but our shadow, we take the positive aspects of the shadow and make it benefit us, and we don't use it as a reason to act like victims, or act like people are like, we would never spin it and put hate on people, gossip about people, talk bad about people, ruin their character, ruin their reputation, unless of course they're doing it to us and we're defending ourselves and we're saying, well, maybe you need to look, like, and even then we would do it very not obvious. Like, I feel like the karmics are very obvious. I mean, they're holding up signs and shit. They're slandering you on websites. They're, it's ridiculous. And I mean, the whole time, all these people are becoming aware of what this karmic is doing to this divine feminine. They're like, what's your problem with her? Why? Just leave her alone. Like, what is this, high school? So a lot of them are just like, why are you so obsessed about the divine feminine? Why are they so obsessed? Because they want to be us. They want to take on our persona. They want to take on our gifts. They want to take on our path. They literally want to have everything my divine feminine has, but they can't get it. And there's only one reason why, and they know what it is. Because they live under a mask of uh, falsehood. They're not authentic, and they never will be, because they think it should come easy to them. And for my divine feminines, nothing ever came easy to us. We worked damn hard to get where we are. It took a long time to go through the desert periods, to go through the shadow periods, the shadow work, to go through the dark nights of the soul, to combat every obstacle set in our path. We dealt with the judgments. We're still dealing with the judgments, the ridicule, the attacks, the attacks on our character. You know, it's so ridiculous to me how people listen to people like that. But I think that that's not happening anymore. I think people are becoming more aware. Like, you know what? Maybe the problem isn't the divine feminine. Maybe the problem is you. Maybe you're the problem, because obviously you're more obsessed about them than they are you. They're just living their life and doing what they got to do. Yeah, it's coming back to bite them in the ass. And let's just talk about all the spell work they did. Oh, you guys. My divine feminines, you have no idea. This is what's so funny. We know, but we know we're also protected. And so we'll continue protecting ourselves, but we're also doing our work. And we're not going to stop doing our work, and they're not going to stop us from doing our work. They hate what we do. It doesn't matter what my divine feminines are doing. Say that you're really great in the fashion industry, and you're making a name for yourself, and you have this one person who just constantly has to say something, constantly has to be in battle with you, constantly has to rip on your work and spread lies about who you are and what you do. You know, I'm getting like really messed up shit, like they're selling, they're prostituting, or they're doing drugs, or they're alcoholics, or they're she climbed the ladder. How'd she do that? She slept with everybody. You know, that kind of shit. It's just petty. It's petty, and it's stupid. And it's annoying. That's all right. We'll get that again. I'll give you this one. And it's annoying. So, but I mean, as annoying as it is, what's more annoying for them is that you're succeeding. You're succeeding, and you're doing just fine. And, you know, if people are going to believe the gossip, then they're just as on that level as the karmic is. So then let them be there, because you don't want those people in your energy. You don't want those people in your circle. I know I certainly don't. I cut off a lot of people, baby. A lot of people. You're not vibing at the same level, and I can't resonate with your energy. I'm sorry. I gotta go. And you can feel it too. And it's no offense. It's just I don't need that negativity in my life. And if you're gonna, I can't even tell you some of the things that this one woman was saying about me. Like, it's just horrible, nasty, and it all stems from a place of insecurity and God knows what. I don't even care. I don't care. But I'm just saying, this is what you guys are going to be dealing with, or that you've been dealing with. And, I mean, know your enemy, and that's all fine and good, but don't give them any attention, and don't feed it, because that's exactly what they want. They want you to get upset. They want you to be angry. And when you're unfazed by it, you're just like, go play in another sandbox, baby. This, you're at the big kid table, go away. So it's just kind of annoying, but it's also like, I'm just so focused on what I'm doing that I'm not going to let it get to me. And there's so many ways to deal with that now, especially if you're on a platform, or if you, have a blog or anything like that, and, you could just block them. IP addresses for computers are so easily traceable now that you could sue somebody if they're slandering your work, your name in any way. So it's not even the fact that they think that they have this power, or they're doing all these things that are hidden. Meanwhile, the divine feminines are like, oh, okay, screenshot, got that, proof, put it in a folder. Oh, okay, text message, screenshot, got that, put it in a folder. So we're not stupid, I think that what's happening is that the darklings or the karmics seem to think that they're smarter than us, or that they got one over on us, or that they're winning. It's not about win or lose, because the person who's losing here is the one that's in competition for no good reason. Divine feminines have better things to do. They don't need to compete with anybody. They're focused on what they're doing. They know that there's more than enough in the universe for everybody. So there's no sense in us even bothering. We're just doing our work, and the work speaks for itself. So you guys just keep doing what you're doing. You're on track and you're doing great. But you do have this karmic individual or individuals that keep coming back, that keep trying to derail, that keep trying to hold you back from your destiny. It's not going to happen, but they keep trying. And I'm sorry that that's the case. It's really sad. But I do feel like, oh my God, the next couple of months, they're getting slammed. And they're still not learning the lesson. They're actually getting afraid that everything they've done to my divine feminines is going to come back to them. And guess what? It is. It is going to come back to you. I don't know how many times I have stressed this in my readings. I don't know how many times I've told the karmics to stop. But they keep at it, and they keep going, and they keep doing. And everything you've done, think of every spell you put on my divines. Think of every energy you sent out towards my divines. Think of every evil act, evil saying, evil thing, evil gossip. Guess what? There is justice, and it's called karmic justice. And it's not, and it could even be actual legal justice. So if I were you, I would back off, because you're not doing yourself any service. In fact, if anything, you're really going to end up hurting yourselves, and I mean, hopefully it won't affect the loved ones around you. Depends on what you did, I guess. I mean, I don't really know how else to put it, but I am going to say this much. My divine feminines are unfazed. Nothing you have done has worked. You haven't planted any, because I'm hearing something about planting like seeds or thoughts, or trying to create like they're messing. I don't even know how they're able, if they're even doing this, but I am getting that they're kind of messing with, or trying to mess with your timeline, my divine feminine's timeline. They're trying to leap into Akashic records to see how you're doing what you're doing, or how you're able to do it, and can they mimic it. They're trying to oh my God, I just heard doppelganger. So this is someone who's trying to look like you, be like you, dress like you, think like you, do like you, get business like you, trying to steal your authenticity. And I know I brought this movie up before because it's so freaky. It's called In Her Skin. It's so fucked up. But I mean, it could get to the point where they're so obsessed that they want to do bodily harm. But again, I'm going to bring up the movie Agrimony again. These are two movies that I really want you guys to watch, because you'll understand when you see these movies what I'm talking about, and how sick and twisted the dark energy is, or the karmics are. Especially these feminine, or this feminine that I'm getting. It's almost like they just want to get rid of you so they can take your place, or take your spot. But the thing is, God and the divine and your ancestors and your angels and your spirit guides, your place is your place. It was charted way before this karmic could even understand or fathom. And it's set in stone, especially if you're a light bearer, especially if you're an earth angel, especially if you're a psychic, or an intuitive, or a light. There's no way, because you made a covenant with God, well, whatever you believe in. I believe in God, and I believe in a goddess. And so you made this covenant, you made this pact, you signed a scroll in light that says that you are a light bearer. You cannot be touched. You're here to change the planet. You're here to change the world. You're here to implement light into the spiritual codes, or the codes of Earth and Gaia and the schematic. Now, it's not to say that just because we have that mantle, that darks don't have their mantle too. But the thing is, they're on their own. They have no support system. They think they do. I mean, they think they have other darks that are going to help them. But darks are only out for one thing, themselves. So they have no support system. And, what do the old storybooks tell us? All the childhood storybooks that we've always read. Good always triumphs over evil. Every time. I mean, we win in the end. We win. It's not to say it won't be a battle, but we win. And what do I always say, you guys? Even angels carry swords. Let's move on. I'm going to pull some oracle cards regarding the karmics, and then we're going to talk about us, okay? Us divine feminines and how good it's all going to be. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys know I like the mirror, so I'm going to use that. Oh, I could use my black enchantment. I haven't used that one in a while. Why don't we do both? Because I got some time. I mean, really all I'm going to do today is... I mean, I got some 3D stuff I have to do. But for the most part, I'm really just going to be working on the business things that I need to do. Hold on. Okay, microphone's still on, right? I always get nervous about that. Okay, we're going to pull... Let's pull from the dark mirror first. And let's just see what these darklings are up to. So that you guys are aware. And I know a lot of you, some of you are saying, Carolyn, there's nobody attacking me. I'm not getting any backlash from da-da-da. I'm not hearing anything. And well, okay, you guys, that's fine. That's good. That means you're protected. That's great. Or it could be that you're not seeing it. Because, I mean, I wouldn't be getting this energy consistently. This energy has been consistent for, I'm going to say years. Okay? So if you are in a business like me, or if you are a light bearer in some way with your work and some, I mean, look, we always have somebody that, you know, isn't going to like us. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but this is different. This energy is like, I can't even say how twisted it is with the copycat energy of this. It's very creepy. It's very stalkerish. It's strange because it's almost like they admire you, but they also want to get rid of you. It's a very imbalanced, fucked up energy. I have no other way to say it than that. So, I mean, you're going to know who I'm talking about if this situation fits you. If it doesn't, don't make it fit. It's okay. You just focus on the good stuff that I'm going to say about Divine Feminine, okay? All right, let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me about the karmics, or this karmic in particular, I guess? And what is the reasoning behind what they're doing, and what is the outcome going to be over the course of the month, or the next few months, actually? Might as well get that, right? Yeah, it's, I mean, this energy, wow, just not learning. It's kind of sad, really. I pity them a little bit, but only a little bit. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh wow. Here we go. So get ready, guys, because this energy is... Oh boy. Yeah, we're going... That's great. Okay, so here we go. Let's just start with what we got right now. Hold on. I flip. Alright. Okay. So this karmic energy feels very alone in the world right now. They feel very alone. They feel separated from source. That's why. They're separated from the divine. You're going to feel alone in the world when you think you're the shit and that you don't need God's help. Or you don't need the universal help, or you don't need the light energy. If you want to be in a place of darkness, then that's where you're going to be. If you're going to use darkness to hurt others, then that's where you're going to be. Very alone in the world. So this person feels very alone. But the thing is, because of their loneliness, they feel like they need to call in the storm, which means they're ready to fight. They want to fight again. So I guess they got one last fight in them. So they're working magic, because this is very, when I see this is someone who is working with, see how he's got this wand. So it could be fire magic, but he's messing with the wind. It could be wind magic. So when I think of fire and air usually has to do with, you know, how we speak to others, our words, and then we got fire. So this person's going to verbally lash out of anger with the fire energy, and then with the air energy. This is someone that's going to use their what's left of their intellect to fight. I don't feel, oh my god, I don't understand why they keep trying, because all they're going to do, it's going to fall on deaf ears, because it's like the boy who cried wolf. That's what I always get with this energy. They keep saying the same thing. And what's happening is their lies, you know, like when people lie. I don't lie. I hate, because you know what? There's no point to it. I hate liars. I've always hated liars. So this person lies so much, they can't keep up with their lies. They forget their lies, and so they get caught in their lies. They say the story, and they have this rote routine down and this monologue, but it keeps changing over time, and they can't keep up with the changes that they made, so they're getting caught in their lies. And because of this energy, they're so angry. Anger and change. I can't make this shit up. Because of their anger, they're going to be chained to their anger. And that is going to destroy them. Whether mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, it doesn't matter. All this anger, all this pent-up frustration, all this attack on my divine feminines, it's going to literally, oh God, chain them to it. To the point where it will just destroy them. They could be addicted to wanting to destroy my divine feminines, or they could have addictions, because in their mind, see all the swords in their back? Now, all these swords, they're saying these swords were put there by my divine feminines, but in fact, the swords are really there, put there by themselves, because every thought they have, and every thought they try to lash out onto you, because I told you, their mind is mush. In their mind, they're so delusional. They just have this idea that you're the enemy, that you made this happen, that it's all your fault. And the fact of the matter is, it's really them. They won't accept it. They just won't accept that they've caused so much damage that now the swords, instead of the swords hitting my divine feminines, it came right back around and pierced them in the back. And now they have to carry these burdens, all these thoughts in their minds, all this pain. You know, look how his back is arched. He can't even, ugh. And he's got chains on him too. Look, he's got chains right there. I know it's a little blurry. So he's chained to this, or he or she, put the energy where it is. This karmic. I mean, look, look, his skin is melting off. Like see, it's like a skeleton showing through his fingers, and his face is melting off. This is causing so much damage that it's affecting his body or her body physically. Yeah. They won't let up. They just won't stop. Yeah, they're obsessed. I said it. Obsession. They're obsessed. They're obsessed with you. They're obsessed with my divine feminines. They can't let it go. They're holding a mirror because they want to have what the divine feminine has. They're trying to mirror the divine feminine, and they're not being seen as the divine feminine, because you can't mirror authenticity. You can't mimic it. And I think I said this in the divine masculine read, but that's exactly what this karmic is trying to do. And when I say karmic, guys, it could be male or female, okay? Put it where it is. And we always get this with the karmics. Artificial heart. They don't understand what love is. They're too much of a narcissist. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to love others. They only know how to love themselves. And they only know how to feed their own ego. And they want other people to feed their ego. And I'm sure back in the day, that's how it was for them. I'm sure they fooled a lot of people back in the day. But they're not fooling anybody now. People can see right through their shit. Especially us divines. We're not, like I said, we're not stupid. We can see right. Our intuition is so on point. Our abilities are so on point, you guys. You should be proud of yourselves. They can't touch you. I won't cry for you. We got that last time. Bride in a cage. This is someone that feels trapped, and they also feel like you don't see their pain, and they want you to feel what they're going through. They feel like you need to atone for whatever in their mind they think that you did to them. I think you just existing bothers them. I think you just being happy or having a life bothers them, because they don't have that. They feel very alone. They feel trapped. They feel like they can't even, they're not getting the apathy or the empathy that they used to get from anybody. I don't know if apathy is the right word. Definitely empathy. But they're not getting that anymore. They're not getting that feedback. And I almost feel like they're in a environment where they're literally like tortured in some way. They could be in an abusive relationship. They could be being controlled by somebody else. While they're watching you and obsessing about you and looking at how free you are and how happy you are, it makes them sick. But it's affecting them physically. Like, they could be, I don't know. I don't want to say the D word, but they could be unaliving themselves, which is really sad. Let's keep going. I'm sorry. I just split these cards and this is how they see you. They see you as peaceful amongst thorns. Like nothing they're doing is affecting you. You're just sitting there like, what's up, bitch? And then we got Triumph of Lies, which means you are going to triumph over all the lies they have spread about you. All the bullshit. You see right through it, and so is everybody else. And now finally, everybody's going to understand what's really happening here. It's all going to be out in the open. And what all these lies that were spread about you, the gossip, the false accusations, calling you, for my divine feminines, I'm talking feminine, calling you like a whore, or you sleep around, or you sleep with married people, or you're polyamorous, or you're sleeping with multiple people, or you have a disease, or you get an STD, or whatever lies they spread. And of course that's not us, right guys? That's not us divine feminines. We don't do that shit. I can't believe how many times I would have to tell people, no, I've always been in a relationship. Almost every time I've been in relationships, and they've always lasted 10 years. And you know what? I'm sorry. I'm not interested in getting any disease in the cooch. I take care of my business. So, and that's what divine feminines do. We don't mess around with that. But those people do. Karmics do. They're the ones that are in the polyamorous situations. They're the ones that have multiple lovers. They're the ones that have the STDs. If they don't, anything they've wished on you or said about you is going to come back. So I am done warning these karmics and these darklings about this energy. You want to sling mud? Guess what, kids? It's coming right back at you, baby. Sorry. Not sorry. Yeah. They're downcast pride. They're going to be really put in their place, man. They're envious, gluttonous. And then the sick part about all this, you guys, is that they really think that they can come back into your life. Oops, sorry. And they want to be with you, or they want to be in your energy. So it could be if it's, it depends on the energy, but whether it's an ex or maybe a friend or a family member, they think they can just come right back in and you guys can pick up where you left off, and you're just like, whoa, I'm sorry, excuse me? No, that's been over a long time, kid. Get to stepping. I don't need your energy in my life. I'm doing just fine. Because you know they're bullshit. Masquerade. You know they're false. There is nothing true about this energy. So if I am getting this vibe that they're probably going to try and come back. Because in some way there is some regret if they even feel that. I really highly doubt it. If it's this dark energy that I'm getting, they could pretend they have regrets, but really what they regret is that they can't feed off your energy anymore. That's what they're regretting. It has nothing to do with them wanting to make up with you or say I'm sorry or apologize for what they've said about you or the things they've done. That's not even, don't fall for that. And I don't think my divines will. My divine feminines are going to see right through that bullshit, and they're going to be like, well, yeah, I guess, whatever, moving on. I wouldn't even, if they reach out, or whatever this energy is, if they try and reach out, it could be anybody, but I think you're going to know who it is, divines. I wouldn't even pay them the time of day. I wouldn't answer the phone call. I wouldn't answer the text. If they walk up to you on the street, I'd walk on by. Just walk on by. All right, let's check this other deck. I love this deck so much, man. It's the best. So, yeah, just walk on by. But, I mean, they are going to make efforts. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You guys know I don't. And I see right through their bullshit because I see what they're trying to do. I just can't believe they keep trying. They just keep trying. And it's really weird. It's like, give up the ghost. I mean, it could be, you guys, this could have been going on for 10 years. Almost a decade. Or longer. This could be someone from your childhood. This could be someone from your family. This could be an ex that just won't let up. And you're just like, what are you, like a stalker? This could be a feminine karmic that is just so jealous of you that she's blinded by her fury and hate, And people like that, you gotta be careful. They're just crazy. All right, let's see. What else can you tell me, Spirit, for my Divine Feminines? What else do they need to know regarding these energies? These cards are big, so I have to kind of do it this way. I can't. And I'll know when to stop. Oh, guys. I wish I had some better news regarding these karmics. But, I mean, the reason why I always do read is because I want us to stay on top of it, just in case. Because, I mean, again, see, remember I said they were going to stop attacking? But look, they're going one last shot. I think they're going to keep trying until they're in the dirt. That's what I'm getting. I really feel that. I feel like they're going to keep trying until, Spirit just stops them. Which is going to happen. They keep it up. It's going to happen. I really want to shuffle them. I'm going to try and shuffle these. I don't know how because they're so big. I love this deck so much. Let's try it this way. Okay, Spirit. My spirit guide's laughing at me. She's like, just cut the deck in half. Don't worry. And tell the story from there. Okay. All right. That's what you want me to do. That's what I'll do. That's great. So you guys know I interpret the cards how I interpret them. So, and I know these cards are very strange, but just bear with me. I love them. I think they're so amazing. If you guys are interested, I think I brought them up before. This is what they're called. Mildred Payne's Oracle of Black Enchantment. Very cool deck. What they did was use the wood carvings from back in like the witch times, the burning of the witch trials, and these were some of the pictures that were depicted. Okay, so this is us. We're flying above troubled waters. We're going towards the sun. We're leaving the see how the moon is kind of sad, like we're leaving those troubled waters behind. We're heading towards our sun, our success, our star. We have the wings of an angel. We're wearing the crown of wisdom. We are divine, right? Right. So, also, I like numerology a lot. So 4 and 8 are really great numbers. 4 being a firm foundation, and 8 being building an empire, building our finances, growing our income, that kind of a thing. If you add the two together, they radiate to 3. And I always think of that as a holy trinity. But 3 is also commerce, working with others on a higher level. It could also be maiden mother crone, if you're a witch, that's how you're going to think, which I am. So, I mean, it's a very beautiful card, very balanced. And I love that she's, a fish too. So or a mermaid. She could be a mermaid. Her hair almost looks like snakes to me. So I'm getting that Medusa vibe. But I mean, with the fish, it's like we're in touch with our intuition. The wings take flight, it's the wings of an angel. So we're earth angels. We have the crown, which is our destiny. And then we have the hair, which is, they look like dreadlocks, but they kind of mimic snakes to me. So anybody who comes in our path that wants to seek and destroy us will turn to stone, right? Now, this is the karmic. And there we go. So any attack that the karmic has done is coming right back at them. Now, notice the karmic is dark, wearing the devil outfit. I mean, that's the typical thing, right? Witches don't believe in a devil, by the way, just so you guys know. And we get the 3 lions, and that, I mean, very strong Leo energy, but that's also a sign of strength. We have blood on the moon. I love that. Very powerful moon. 2 and 1. So there's 3 here. So what I'm getting is the 2. There's 2 against 1. Is when I see that, I'm seeing 2 against 1. That's the first thing that popped in my head. So it could be a karmic couple that is trying to attack my divine feminine. Or it could just be, just showing that there's more people against my divine feminine ganging up on her. But she stands alone. And she has the power of creation. She has the power of destiny. She has the power of God, the angels, her ancestors, the goddess. She has the strength to defeat the darkness, to defeat the karmic, to keep them at bay. They're gonna get torn up from the floor up. That's what I'm getting. So let's keep going. Oh, I love these cards. So this is kind of funny. And I'm not getting that this has to do with children, by the way. I'm getting more like this is two people that are fighting over. They can't attack the divine anymore, so now they're fighting amongst each other. So look at like two little kids fighting over a doll, right? That's what it looks like to me. They're just fighting over whatever. It could be anything. I'm just getting that it just shows what the karmic is like. They're childish. Their behavior is very childish. They can't fight my divine feminines anymore, so they have to attack in that way. And they're going to end up attacking each other is what I mean. Yeah, like, and this is what I'm getting here. So this, for some reason, this is giving me like legal vibes. I don't know why. You got this guy sitting on a chair. There's a chest of gold. He's saying, "Oh, they stole this from me. They took this from me." And so you got the two holy men pulling this guy away. But really what I'm getting is these false accusations aren't going to work anymore. Because while the divine feminine is walking blindly into, and by the way, not blindly, they don't know what's going on. When I see the blindfold, that means they're using their third eye. They're using their psychic ability, they're using their intuition, and they're walking ahead. And notice how this person is walking into this dark cloud with all these eyes on them, right? The evil eye. But notice how the dark cloud dissipates when, look at the hands, look. So there's no blackness there. And when this divine walks through this blackness, all that is going to fall away. We got the wisdom of the owl behind them. We got the intuition of the cat down at their feet. We have the garden, how they're growing. Hold on. Ugh, I hate the camera because it's like mirroring. So we have the garden right here. So as this person's walking into the darkness, they don't fear this. They're like, I don't care. I can handle this. You can say and do whatever you want, but you can't touch me. Look, it's not touching them. The light is around them. There's even like this wave of teeth above their crown. They can't even touch their crown. Their crown chakra is what I mean. So as they're walking through, this will all turn to light and the garden will grow all along here. See how it's kind of taking root here? These are just all the new things that my divine feminines are building. And these karmics cannot stop it. They're going to keep their eye on you though. Oh boy, are they ever. Because they want to know what you're doing. They want to mimic it. They want to take your ideas. They want to steal your destiny. What they really want is this. They want you to fall. They want you to break. They want you to lose. It's almost like they want you to like lose yourself, lose your mind, say that you're crazy. Oh, do everything possible. That was reverse. To make you fall from grace, right? But this is going to be them. See, this is what they don't get. This is going to be them. And look at the 3 lines where their third eye should be. Now, yeah, you're taking that as wrinkles. That's not how I'm taking it. I'm taking it as you're cut off from source. You're not allowed to see anymore. Because what the karmics did was so messed up that whatever power they did have, because listen, darks and lights, we all have the gifts. Now, whether you use them for good or bad, that's, up to you. But because this karmic did that, they used it for bad, they used it against the divine, their gifts are being taken away and they're cut off from seeing anything. And that's going to drive them more crazy than anything else. So they are going to be falling into despair because that's what they wish for you. We'll always have people attacking you guys. We're lights. That's always going to be the case. But because every time they do try to attack, like you can have them, they're trying to do binding spells on you. That's not working because now they're going to fall and they're going to be bound. And look, they can't even read. It's just downpouring. Everything that they've done is coming down on them. I can't even read this anymore. Let's keep going. Let's get to the good stuff, shall we? So we already know what the karmics are up to. We know what they want to do. We know what they wish upon us. We know what's going to happen to them. So I want you guys to all know that you're safe. And you'll always have to protect yourself because new karmics will come. New darklings will come. They'll always be somebody trying to fight a light, trying to hurt a light. Which sucks. But if anything, it doesn't matter because it just builds up our strength and our light that much stronger, right? It does. So you don't have to worry about it. At least that's what Spirit's telling me. They're telling me that no matter what the darklings try to do, as long as we stay our course, as long as we keep our light shining, we will always be safe and protected. All right, so let's get back to the good stuff. What's going to be happening for my divine feminines? This is going on really long, and of course it always does. I'll try and keep it down to 60 minutes. We're at 40. I just looked at it. It was 444. So we're at 44 minutes right now. Okay, Spirit, in closing the reading for my divine feminines, what else? What do they need to know about themselves and the good stuff that's coming for them? I mean, honestly, a lot of you are just really, it's time now. It's time to shine. It's time to share your gifts. It's even more so. If you've been doing it all along, that's great. But I also feel like you're being catapulted into a whole new sphere. Very successful. Um, it's meant to be where this coming together and sharing your gifts. So a lot of you are wanting to do the job that you were put on this earth to do. And I'm not talking about your mundane job. I'm talking about your gifts from God and Goddess, or from Source, or from the universe, that you are meant to share with the rest of the world. And so that's what you're going to be doing. That is your focus. And any financial monies that you do make from a mundane job are going to go right to the business that you're supposed to be doing, or right to utilizing your gifts in some way. I see a lot of you going back to school or getting coursework, getting certifications, and the things that are geared towards your goal or your dream. And what you're meant to be doing for spirit and for yourself. I see a lot of you meditating. I see a lot of you eating healthy, working out, trying to stay in balance in this crazy world. I see a lot of you doing things regarding your intuition, but not just that. It's almost like I'm getting where I'm going to tap into the Akashic Records. I want to see my cell memory. I want to see what I'm meant to do on this planet and how I can implement the best. Like, it's like I want to be the best of myself. I want to be my higher self. I want to be my authentic self. So a lot of you are doing that, and you know that in order to do that, you have to vibrate at a certain level. And that does mean staying away from drugs and alcohol. That does mean staying away from negative energies or negative people. That does mean constantly protecting yourself, meditating, working with spirit, with the angels, hearing their messages and their wisdom. But I'm not going to say that you shouldn't have some fun and you can't relax. I'm just saying that you're going to be very much in balance. So it's like, yeah, you know, I know some people like to party and have fun. There's nothing wrong with that, but just, you know, maybe once a week, not 3 times a week. Or if you are noticing that you're eating a lot of junk food or a lot of dense energy food, and by dense I mean like, you know, maybe you're eating too much meat, too much pizza, too much carbs, that kind of stuff. And believe me, I've done my share of that in the past, you know. But I just think I find that when I'm spiritually doing my work, if I eat lighter, like vegetarian, vegan, or even just if I do have pizza lately, I've been making it with cauliflower crust, and it's really good. So it's just as good. To me, it's all right, you know. So there are ways around it, you guys. Don't be afraid to have some fun and indulge once in a while. But yes, I feel like you're going to keep it very level, very balanced, you know. You're not going to surround yourselves with any more negative people. You're not going to tolerate the naysayers. And if people are around you like that, you're basically going to ignore them or walk away. And not in a rude way. It's just going to be like, okay, well, it was lovely meeting you. I'm out. Hey, you want to hang out sometime? No, you know, I just, I don't really, I'm not really into the bar scene. It's not really my thing. But, you know, if you want to grab a cup of coffee or, you know, chat or go to a bookstore, or maybe we can, you know, walk in a garden, I'm all about it. You know, so anytime you want to push for the higher elevated outings, you're going to notice they're going to be like, oh, that's not my scene. I'm going to go to the bar and party with my friends. Okay, good. That's fine. You know, I just feel like you guys are protecting your energy right now. And I love that for you. And that's what we should be doing. Let's see. Ooh, must have been a branch or something. Let's see. I do feel like self-love, self-care is prominent right now. So if you are single, it's not really on the top of your list to be going out and meeting people. But it's not to say that you're not open to dating. I do feel like a lot of you are going to be meeting somebody, though. And I think I said this last time. If you're single, I see new love coming in either this month, June, maybe even beginning of July. May and June are just going to be great months for you guys. Regarding love, and it could be love in all aspects. Love for your children, love for your animals, love for your friends, your family, but again, like I said, I feel like you're going to surround yourself with loving energy. You're not going to tolerate negative energy. So if there are negative people in your energy, even if it's a family member, you're going to be like, you know, I'm not really feeling that right now. That's just not my vibe, but I wish you luck and take care. You know, when you figure things out, give me a call. It's really that simple. You don't have to talk to anybody you don't want to talk to, okay? Or be around anybody you don't want to be around. So your boundaries, it's not even about boundaries anymore. It's just healthy boundaries. It's like, I'm respecting other people, because I think in the past it was more like a wall is definitely up for us and we were protecting ourselves. But now the wall is coming down. We still have healthy boundaries, but the wall is coming down so that we're getting back out to network with the right people, not with the negative karmics that keep trying to get in our energy. And they won't be able to, because of that time of hermit mode for us. We build up our spirituality so much so. I mean, it's always been there, but I feel like it's even stronger now more than ever, and it's just going to get better and excel. It's accelerating is what I just heard, right? Accelerating, yeah. So Spirit's like, yeah, you know, I mean, they just did all the work. And they looked at that hermit time as, maybe you guys looked at it as a bad thing. I certainly didn't. I'm a bit of a hermit to begin with, you know. I like my alone time. I like to recharge, but I also like to go out and have fun and meet new people. It's just that I feel that time was perfect because it gave you the ample opportunity to reevaluate who you are, reevaluate what you want, reevaluate your business or your goals or your dreams, so that you can manifest again. The best part about manifestation is that you can change your thinking anytime and you can manifest new things all the time. And you could say, no, I know I wanted that, but I think I want this now. So it was almost Spirit's way of saying, do you really want that, or should we move on? And now it's like, we're moving on. So it's good. It's really good. I don't see any past, I see past people wanting to come back, but I don't see you entertaining the past anymore because it just really hasn't worked out, has it? So a lot of you are just like, you know, I mean, what's the point? Because you always say A, B, and C, and then it just never happens. It never manifests. And I don't have energy or time to waste. So I'm really focused on my goals and my dreams, and I got to make that happen. I got to put the energy into that. Now, if you want to be a part of something, or if you want to spend time with me, fine, but make it worth my while. You know, let's support each other. Let's be happy for each other. I can't deal with drama. There's no room for drama. There's no room for exes. There's no room for, I mean, unless you're healing a situation, because I did that recently and that was fine. But let it go and move on. That's exactly what you got to do. And it's all good. I think that people need to take accountability, for my divine feminines, if they've wronged them in some way. I don't feel like you'll ever get an apology, especially if it's a narcissistic energy. I don't feel like you'll ever get an apology if it's somebody who thinks in their mind they did nothing wrong. Everybody has their perception, I suppose. But, and if that's the case, then just let it lie. I mean, it's not like divine feminines need an apology. It's just that, you know, we own up to our shit, so it would be nice if other people did the same. Most people don't. And that's okay, you know, whatever. So I just think there is a part of you that wishes people would see your perspective on things instead of always from their own. But when you're dealing with energies that, you know, are just all about what's going on, you know, most people are, I suppose. But when you're a light and you're intuitive or you're psychic, you see the big picture. So it really gets difficult for my lights or for my divine feminines when they're dealing with people like that or situations like that. And sometimes we show energy through frustration. We're not perfect, you know. This isn't heaven. So yeah, sometimes we'll get pissed off and we'll say what we have to say to put you in your place. Just be careful, divine feminines. I do feel like when it comes to your business or your ideas, please just keep them to yourself. Do not share those yet until whatever is done is done. Make sure, again, I think I said this with the divine masculines, make sure you're doing, putting everything under your business name, your copywriting, your trademarking. So many people are looking to ride your shirt tails, and it's really disconcerting. Like, I can feel the energy is just really annoying, if anything. So just make sure you're doing that. I know that's what I do, because I learned that lesson a long time ago. Trust me. But as far as everything else, I just feel like you guys are just going to be booming right now. It's like, you know, where you were caterpillars maybe 6-8 months ago, now you're turning into the butterfly. It's transformation time and everybody's going to see it. It's the glow up. So it's good. This is really good. Try to watch your thoughts, Spirit's saying. Do not let negativity come in or self-doubt. Every day, just keep saying your affirmations, saying the things that are geared towards what it is that you wish for yourself, desire for yourself, desire for your family. I'm thirsty, that's why. Speaking of which, I just see a lot of you making more time for your children, making more time to spend with them while also focusing on your goals, making more time for your spouses if you're married. I think it's all coming down to the fact that you know what's important. And the people that do not support that or do not love you authentically is not something you're going to allow or support anymore in your life. Because being a spiritual person, yes, we are good people, but it doesn't mean that we have to take abuse in any form, narcissism, gaslighting, mirroring, judgment, ridicule, lies. We don't have to put up with any of that crap. You have every right to defend yourself and who you are and what it is that you're doing. There are a lot of people that do not like, who belong to other faiths that do not like the work that you're going to be doing. They see it as what's the word, Spirit? Blasphemy? Blasphemy. So, or that there's only one God kind of thing. And that's not, my divine feminines come from every sect and every spiritual voice. And I think as long as you're doing good in the world and you're pure of heart and you're helping others, it's nobody's business what you believe. Okay? Nobody has any right to judge you. And to believe that there is only one true God. So just keep that in mind, because I'm getting this kind of religious zealot energy that's coming in, and it's just, again, you're gonna have those kind of things, cropping up always, probably forever. I mean, what are the biggest things that people fight about, right? It's about religion and money, or love. That's what people go to war about. All right, I think that's pretty much all I'm getting. So I do feel like you guys are in a really great place. I mean, this is the come up. I'm seeing finances being great, building up strong. I'm seeing a firm foundation. I'm seeing the love of the people that are in your life and that you want to spend time with and have in your energy. I'm also seeing you just being healthier than ever. I mean, just glowing inside and out. You're taking the steps necessary to be healthy and to live a long, prosperous life. And then I also see you helping so many people. Like, so many people are going to benefit from what my divine feminines are doing, whatever it is, whatever your gift is that you're giving. And I love that so much. And as other divine feminines, we should all support each other in every way, I mean, when it comes to my business, I kind of keep that to myself. That's just my way of doing things. But when it comes to supporting other businesses, I'll share it on my platform. I'll support them. I'll read them on it. I'll say, this is what's going to happen. I'm happy for you. You got to lift us, other women, up. It's important. Or other divine feminines up. And I could be talking about a masculine that's very feminine, okay? Remember, just put the energy where it goes. All right. I think that's all I'm getting for now, you guys. There is one thing that Spirit wants me to say. If you're a divine feminine that's in a karmic relationship, you're leaving it. I don't see it happen. It's just, you're more aware than the divine masculine is. I feel like the divine masculine's more than happy to ride it out. They're more than willing to stay with a karmic. But my divine feminines, no. I mean, if they're not lifting their vibrations to meet you, you're out. Okay, so I do see a lot of you leaving, only if you're, I mean, I feel like a lot of my divine feminines aren't in a karmic relationship. But if you still are, and you find it hard to get out, because you still have faith that the masculine you're with is going to vibrate higher. I mean, sure, you have free will. I guess stick around and see if that happens. But just make sure you're not giving your energy into that, where you're getting depleted. We don't need a vampire, because you have work to do. At least keep focusing on your work. And if they really are your divine masculine or divine counterpart, they're going to support that. They're not going to stop it, right? So just keep that in mind. All right? All right. I love you guys. That was a lot, right? I think it was longer than the Divine Masculine reading. Oh, goodness. It's good stuff, though. And I'm glad I covered the karmic stuff because that's important. Um, I don't have any Mother's Day specials going on, but I do have a new client special going on where it's $20 off the original price for a reading. So yeah, if you're doing that, that's fine. I will probably do a summer special. I just don't know when, but I'll keep you posted. You guys will see it, okay? And if you want a reading, please contact me. All my information's down in the thing. You can see it there. And yeah, I love you guys. Have a blessed day, okay? Take care.